In 2019, Brazilian ufologist Edison Boaventura recorded footage of an anomalous phenomenon inside one of the offices of Banco do Brasil. If you enjoy topics related to space, the possibility of intelligent alien life, and the future of humanity, Avi Loeb is the author of the book Interstellar, The Search for Extraterrestrial Life and Our Future in the Stars. If you are interested, the link to the Audible audiobook is available in the description. Returning to the subject of this video, Brazilian ufologist Edison Boaventura filmed an anomalous phenomenon inside a Banco do Brasil office. It involved a window blind with a component that appeared to move on its own. The link to the ufologist's video is provided in the description. Although this recorded phenomenon is quite intriguing, he also reported 3 other cases that were even more surprising and that allegedly occurred in the same bank building. The first case took place in 2005. On weekends, firefighters conduct routine patrols of the building. On one such Saturday, a firefighter was patrolling the 7th, 8th, and 9th floors while he was making his rounds. His supervisor received a radio communication from the monitoring center, which was observing him through the building's surveillance camera system. The monitoring team informed the fire chief, named Elite, that they were seeing a child walking behind her subordinate and asked her to check whether he was accompanied. The fire chief radioed the firefighter and asked whether he was with anyone. He promptly replied that he was alone on patrol. At the monitoring center, the team observed that the firefighter was unable to see the child who appeared on camera following him. No one informed the firefighter of what was being observed during his patrol. The child followed him across all 3 floors and even imitated all of his movements. Whenever the firefighter placed his hands behind his back, the child did exactly the same, making it clear that the imitation was intentional. After the patrol ended, Mrs. Elite, his supervisor, decided not to tell her subordinate anything about the incident, choosing to spare him. He had lost his son only 3 months earlier. Unfortunately, the footage from this case was not preserved. At the time, it was standard procedure at Banco do Brasil to reuse videotapes, and the images were permanently lost. The second case occurred several years later, on the 21st floor of the Banco do Brasil building. The surveillance system captured images of a child running back and forth along the corridor between the elevators, as if the child were playing. The monitoring center contacted the elevator operator, named Rosa, and asked her to check what was happening, since the child was seen running in the corridor between the elevators near a water fountain. The elevator operator immediately stopped on the 21st floor, exited the elevator, and remained at the location holding a radio while speaking with a member of the monitoring team. She reported that there was no child there. The monitoring staff member replied that they were observing her on the cameras and could also see a boy running back and forth, repeatedly passing close to her. Sometime later, a third case occurred, this time on the 9th floor. On that floor, there is a kitchen, and from that area, everyone heard the sound of a child crying coming from the kitchen. The employees were frightened and called the security guards, who in turn contacted the fire department, which then called the police. All parties worked together in an attempt to determine what was happening in the kitchen. The only thing they discovered was that the sound of the crying was coming from the space where a drawer was located. The drawers were removed, but there was no child in that space. Inexplicably, the sound of a child crying continued to come from nowhere, further deepening the mystery. Nothing else was discovered, and just as mysteriously as it had begun, the crying suddenly ceased. The case was then closed without any explanation. Thank you for watching.